Stop posting on your social networks expecting a customer. It's just stupid. Look, I've got a bone to pick with you. Just because you're posting status updates, just because you're putting your favorite videos on there, just because you're sharing somebody else's posts, just because you have the TGIFs, just because you have the happy hump days, doesn't mean you're actually going to get a customer. And here's why. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and all the other platforms you're posting on, they're a business and they want to make money. So they don't care about your stupid little page getting exposure unless you're giving them money. You need to focus on that. And remember, they're not there for you. Okay? So here's what you do need to do. First of all, you should post on your Facebook. You should post on your Instagram and your LinkedIn and continue to add value and bring information to people who didn't have it before. But the problem is when you post it without doing anything else, nobody's actually going to find you. So the first part that you need to do is you need to advertise, right? You need to get in front of a lot of people that have never seen your stuff because a portion of them are going to be interested in what you have. So the first step is not just to post, but advertise. Bring in offers, come up with deals and specials and advertise to it. Now, when people see the ad, if they're interested, they'll click over to your page. They'll see that you have tons of videos that's interesting, that's informational, that actually helps them. And then they might become a prospect. You know, I've been running an ad the past probably month or so, and it's been me talking about a certain offer that I have. Now, when people go to my page, they actually see that I have tons of other videos that's valuable. I'm showing my credibility by actually proving to them, demonstrating to them what they need to do and how I'm making things work. So not only do people find my ad and see it, find it interesting, they actually click over to my profile and see that I'm active. So that's the first step that everybody's missing is they've got all these status updates, or they might even outsource to another company and say, hey, just make sure that you schedule stuff day to day and we're good. You know, that is not going to do any good for you. So get the exposure by advertising first and then keep doing your status updates. You can't forget that first step. You know, think of it like this. If you had a retail store, assume you have this big warehouse on the side of the road. It has no signs on it. It's not painted. It looks crappy. And all you're doing is on the inside, you're building a beautiful, we'll call it a furniture store. You know, you're laying things out nicely. You have a coffee table. You know, you have just all these different things well placed. It's painted. You've got nice lights. Everything's perfect. And if somebody were to walk in there, they just see this amazing set. But the problem is, what you're doing interior-wise is basically you creating status updates. Nobody's actually going to see the inside of that building unless you advertise that you're there. Unless you put a sign outside, nobody's going to just stop and walk into the store unless you say, hey, furniture 50% off, you know, luxury couches, I don't know, whatever. But if you don't advertise, if you don't put a sign outside your building, it's worthless to keep posting status updates, if you will, which is building the interior, the people who know who you are and actively come in, if you don't have people actually coming in. So I hope that metaphor made sense, but just stop posting status updates just because that's what everybody does, because it won't do anything. You're throwing your money away, to be honest. So focus some of that. Put some budget together to pay for advertisements because that's your best shot at getting a customer. So just keep that in mind, do it and win. I hope you do well.